Anyhow, hopefully something's useful in this footage. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and fill her up. Hey all, Rusty here. I was taking a look at my lawnmower and I pulled the carburetor off and the float and needle work properly, but we had quite a bit of garbage in the gas and I didn't have a carb cleaner spray, but now I do, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean this baby up and put it back together, and hopefully this lawnmower will run again. Thought about it would be funny to put a straight pipe coming off of this muffler. You see they just bolt on like so. Take some long bolts that go through here, but nah, I didn't see anything at Tractor Supply. Anyways, it had been raining, so I didn't really plan on recording anything, but now since it's not raining, I got my 323. I'm just gonna check the oil levels on this baby. And the thing is that to fill the oil up on the transmission, it's manual. There we go. Got to get good at doing everything one-handed, right? Here we go. So, in order to check the oil level, it's going to be really hard to see, but you have to reach way down in there and take the speedo cable out. This is the speedo cable right here. You have to take the speedo cable out and you fill it up through there, which is ridiculous, but I'll bring you back when I have a setup. Hopefully I don't have to remove the battery. I think I got a funnel long enough to reach. I'll bring you back and show you that. They really didn't think about that one when they built this transmission, but whatever. It runs good. They probably thought, the dealer changed transmission fluid every 50,000 miles or something. But nah, it needs more than that. So I'll bring you back when I have something set up. Maybe you could see. Probably still can't see it. Well, I'm gonna put the socket on it, and then once I get the funnel in, you'll be able to see. Okay, let me see if you can see now. If I bring it down like this. There it is. Let me try to get my arm around there. But you see that hole that's now open with the fluid shaking? That's where we fill it up, and it looks like it's got automatic transmission fluid in it. Let me get a dipstick of some sort and a funnel. Alright, got a funnel, got a dipstick from my truck. I'm gonna wipe that automatic transmission fluid off, and I'm gonna go ahead and dip it in there and see what color comes out, but it definitely looks like automatic transmission fluid, which is fine. I got a couple of quarts here. Yep, See what it smells like. Yeah, it's definitely Dextron, Mercron, what everything was using back then. Let me see if I can get this funnel in there. I think it will probably reach. Just do a little gentle smashing of everything. Okay, the funnel's there. Bring it in for a view. See, we got the funnel all the way down in there. Can you even see that? Where it goes? How about like this? That's probably a view that works. Yeah. Anyhow, hopefully something's useful in this footage. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and fill her up, and then we'll see if it shifts any different, and put it all back together. Okay, well, the best I could tell from the little picture on the outside of the housing, which you can't see with the camera, it looks like once the gear, the speedo gear is covered, then that's what they're calling full. So I got it to where the speedo gear was covered, and so now I'm gonna put it speedo gear back in, and that's gonna be it for this one. Nice and easy, actually. I'm gonna put my stuff back on my Ford. Back in the days when this car was made, I think Ford owned about 25% of Mazda. Who knows what they own now? I'd have to look it up. Let's see if I can get the speedo gear pushed back in. Might have to rock the car back and forth a little bit. Might not. Might have to jack it up and put it in neutral. Who knows? Okay. You know it's gonna be a trick, right? Okay. That's progress. That's progress. I think I'm about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch out now. And that's probably where we put this baby in neutral and rock it a little bit. It'll slip in. Okay. We're in neutral. The parking brake is off. Let me get myself totally compromised here. Yep. She's in. So I hope that helps anybody who might have this car. Unfortunately, you couldn't really see much, but that's the way these things go sometimes. But now you at least know where to look. And just one 10mm bolt. And then you need a long transmission funnel. If you don't have one, buy one. It'll save you some hassle on other jobs. Okay, got my bolt started. You need some massive extension, unless you want to fiddle trying to get a wrench down there, but that ain't me, baby. I would recommend a swivel, but I didn't bring one. There we go. And we're not going to go too tight, so aluminum on aluminum. Yeah. I'll bring you in for the rest of the lawnmower job, which should just be cleaning that carburetor and putting it back on. But I'll time lapse it. Then I'll take this thing for a little test drive. Okay, I'll bring you back when I'm on the lawnmower. Well, I apologize if the fan noise is coming through too strong. But it just rained, and so that means the humidity is pretty high. And I don't want to have the AC in the garage on because it kind of puts a little bit of fumes into the house. And I'm about to spray this baby down with carburetor cleaner plus the gas smell from earlier. So that's why we're working with what we're working with here. So first things first, gonna check and make sure this needle and seat are seating and holding pressure. Yeah, it's holding pressure. It wasn't overflowing, so I don't think that the float is compromised. And by that I mean I don't think the float has a hole in it, because the carburetor wasn't overflowing. It was actually the opposite. It was running out of gas. Okay, so let's get the old carb cleaner here. Yeah, she works. Just cleaning the outside, some of the dirt that could fall into everything. Good enough. Now we'll spray some through the gas intake part. See if this thing's got the straw. There we go. Dang straw. These things have been getting worse over the years. There we go. Half the time they blow the straw off too. So I want the float down, so I have to spray it like this. Should see a good amount of fuel coming out. Not in my Mountain Dew. Cold on the lips. You know what? I think this one does have a blockage because it just doesn't flow quite as much as I think it should. So let's go ahead and take the float off. You want to be deterred? I need the needle nose pliers for this job. Let me go ahead and get you on the time lapse, and then I'll bring you back when I put it back together. All right, I got the muffler on, I got the carburetor on. I've checked, that's to kill it. This is full throttle, that's choke. See the choke's activated, that's full throttle. And then when you pull it back, it closes that throttle. And then this can move with a little bit of spring action, but my spring's a little jacked up as they get, you know, the first time you breathe on them. So we might have to mess with that. I'm gonna have to mess with my air fuel mixture and my fuel flow or whatever these two different screws do. But let's go ahead and hook the jumper cables up to a battery and see what happens when I crank it. I don't know if this battery sitting right here has any charge, but we're gonna find out. Yeah. Get the old negative and positive game played here. See if it cranks. I think I have to be this one, the freaking parking brake doesn't seem to work. Never fixed it either, so whatever. Let's see. Battery might be dead, boys. Let's see. All right, cranks a little bit. Let's give it choke, full throttle. Get my hearing protection on. I'm gonna pour a little bit of gas down the carburetor just to help it get started. This gas was from whenever I drained the line. That should be more than enough. That's minimum. All right, next up we'll take the 323 on a short little test drive just to make sure the transmission's shifting like it should. So I'll bring you back on that one. Nice. All right, wanted to get the view so you can see the shifting action, right? But this thing's right up in my teeth. Anyways, the transmission already goes into reverse easier than it had before without too much grinding. Let me go ahead and roll this window up. There we go. As much as possible anyways to cut down on the wind noise, but more importantly, let that AC blow cold. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a shot. I'm gonna put it down to 3 actually so I can hear the engine and transmission noises a little more. I was listening to that transmission. See how she feels. Not too bad. I'm sure you're getting a little bit of wind noise, but it is what it is, man. This one likes to stay above 2,000 RPM for good power delivery. If it's rolling at all, you can probably go for second gear. Most corners are like 90s, I go for third. If I was to go any slower than that though, I'd have to go down to second. This one must have a heavy flywheel because when you clutch it, the RPM doesn't drop too fast. But maybe not, who knows? Maybe the gears themselves inside the transmission compared to the displacement of the engine, you know, the weight of the pistons and rotating mass and all that, maybe they're heavy enough that it keeps it spinning. Anyways, seems to be business as usual. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Worked on the lawnmower and you couldn't really see what was happening here because of the remote location. But I'm just gonna take this baby home and check the fluid, and then that's it. I'm gonna drive it to work tomorrow night. See, here we go, second gear. First gear on this one's really low. So I imagine I could go with a little bit taller tires, to be honest. I'm thinking about what kind of wheels to get. I've seen a few for sale, 13s like what is original to this car, as well as 15s. I think 15s would look good because then you could get a little bit lower profile tire without still without costing too much for tires, so that would be nice. Let me just jump out real quick here and check, and we'll see if we see any major leaks, and if not, I'm gonna call this one good and and then get to editing this film,